Proud of the team, and love the way they competed, love the way they've stayed true and worked throughout the process, and that was, I thought, a great team win. You know, football is a great game, and it doesn't always go perfect, and you got to stay strong through it. There's momentum swings, and really happy for the players, and unbelievably proud of them. And it was good, you know, be able to play a team like Virginia Tech and guys really competed and made plays, and things went the wrong way for us, battled back, and that, appreciate the time. And, obviously, very happy for them and very proud of them.
Well, I guess the obvious question is, what is a win like this week for the kids in that locker room against an opponent like this? Does it help erase the previous 2 weeks?
I think that a season is it's one journey, and you can't get to one part of it without going through others. No, I don't think it erases anything. I think it reinforces the game and how you play it and how you prepare for it. And this is not the end of the story either. And so in this one day, they did what they needed to do, and we came out with a victory. And that, you can never take it away, and you appreciate that. But no, I don't think it has anything to do with the previous 2 weeks, and it certainly doesn't have anything to do with next week.
Did you sense a different energy, or even more of a sense of urgency around your team in this game compared to those other 3 games?
Not necessarily. It wasn't, we didn't drink some magic Kool-Aid last night or today, and I think guys played and came together. I think, everything you go through builds you, and I think guys responded today. And it wasn't a perfect game, and we grew, and we got to continue to grow. But one game against a very good Virginia Tech team, and we made enough plays to win, and we got to keep growing.
Could you talk about your conversation with Dino in the fourth quarter after he got hurt?
I just asked how he's doing.
Well, you weren't taking him out?
No.
What was he saying? He obviously...
I didn't wait for an answer. That's what you play the game, man. That's as good as it gets, getting to compete and keep going.
Coach, your thoughts on how the defense responded today in their 4 turnovers?
It was great, and I think, the beautiful thing about football is, why do you get, a pick? And it has everything to do with everyone on the field. It could be a DB away from the ball. He's taken away what might be the first look. I don't know. It could be pressure on the quarterback. Those picks are team takeaways. And, football is a game of opportunity. You're going to get some opportunities. What do you do when you get those opportunities? And more than anything, I'm proud of the way they played, and when things didn't go our way, kept playing, kept coming, and I think for the first time I felt like we fed off each other, the different units, and that was encouraging.
How important was it to get off to a fast start, just in terms of instilling some confidence?
It's always good when you get off to a fast start, but and I think you got to be careful. Every team, every game, you want to get off to a fast start. But if you don't get off to a fast start, you don't sack your bats. You just keep playing. But there's no question. Anytime you move the ball down the field and score, it's a great way to start a game. I like to do it every time. It's important.
The way Shell ran today, 157. Did you expect that out of him at all?
Certainly knew he's capable of it, right? And I think probably people here knew better than myself. Loved the way that he ran, and I loved the way that the O-line, I loved the look in their eye, and the way they competed and played, and again, I thought, both, all 3 phases, I think our special teams, we gave up the big one, obviously the touchdown, and not everything went perfect in all areas, but can't say enough about the way our players played and the way our coaches coached.
How happy were you with the offensive balance running and throwing the ball?
Good, because I thought, we kind of did what, we needed to do.
What does it do for your offense when Russ is able to give you 155 yards, and then you can go back to Ray, and then you can throw the ball. Just talk about how it sets up the rest of your offense.
I think it all, if you can run the ball on offense, you can stop the run, on defense. And anytime you can make it, offensively make it a two-dimensional game, and defensively, if you can make it a one-dimensional game, you're going to be, I think it's a pretty good way to play. And certainly, if you can be balanced, it's helpful.
This is maybe one of Tino's best games that he's had here. What did he do well? I mean, what worked for him? What was kind of key for him today?
Yeah, I think early he gave some guys a chance to make a play. I thought, Devin made a play early. It was a big-time play. Shanny made some plays. I think he just, if you can just, he's good enough if he just plays within himself. We got, some good players around him. And I think certainly the, ability to run the ball. And again, I thought, coaches did a heck of a job of preparing him, I think across the board, offensive and defensive, special teams, appreciate that time.
Can we talk on a personal level of coming in today, going into that locker room and being able to tell the team after a win, coming off the 2 previous losses your first year here, that's the first time you got to go in that locker room, tell the team, congratulations.
It felt pretty good, We got to hear the fight song. You appreciate the players more than that's what you're into coaching for, and to see them, work and go through the process, and then you're in a game to compete, and that means to win. And when you're able to do that, you value that.
Paul, how did your staff keep the guys up after the first couple of weeks? How did you keep them?
You coach, you coach and you keep it. That's who we are. You keep it steady and you focus on. We talk all the time, control the controllables, and you coach on the things that you can improve upon. They know that we're in it with them. They know, and then we're going to see the film, show it to them tomorrow. And there's going to be things where we can get better. It's a process, and that's the wonderful thing about it. We get to live that process every day, and that you're pretty fortunate as a coach. So, it's not like the movies. Any given Sunday, it's not just a pregame speech and let's go. It's the process, and that's what you appreciate going through with. And this is the culmination of the work week. Tomorrow we go back and get to do it again. We're pretty fortunate.
You talk about the fourth down play. You went for it fourth quarter.
Yeah, just how we drew it up. Just how we drew it up. But and that's what happens. You gotta make plays. And I'm glad we got it.
You talked about this being a good step. Do you think this team found itself after this win?
We'll find out, right? It doesn't hurt, but that's the great thing about sports is we got to go back and do it again. Did we grow from it? We'll find out. How do we handle it? And so that's why the journey called the season is awesome to be a part of. We don't know what's going to happen, and we know how we're going to approach it. You just go through it.
Final question, Coach?
Tino's been under tremendous scrutiny, as always. Lots of criticism. Do you have a sense that that's happening? And how about the way that he deals with it as he prepares?
Yeah, I don't know. If I have a sense, I do a pretty, I think we do a pretty good job of focusing on what our world is and not, kind of ignoring the noise around it. So I don't know. Certainly, I'm aware of the situation when I came into it. Every guy, and we all know the quarterback position is going to get more credit when it's good and more blame when it's bad. He's no different than any other player. He's got, he's an important part of our team. He's got a chance to continue to grow and develop. And every experience, you learn from it. You keep going forward. And proud of the way he competed, just like you are everyone. And but as far as fortunately, we don't have to overthink a lot of this stuff. We just lock in our little world. And it's a pretty good world to be a part of.
Okay.
Thanks
very much.
Mike, did Tino say he was, the last touchdown, a couple plays earlier, it looked like he would drop one. Did Tino tell you that he was going back to you at some point?
No, I mean, obviously, the way the defense played it, I was one of the main reasons, and he just came back to me, and I appreciate that.
What kind of a game did he have?
It looked like it, but he's a tough guy. He's always battling, and he wasn't going to let us down.
He didn't seem like he wanted to line of
No, that's just the type of player he is, and that really showed a lot to the team. Yeah, definitely. I think I was initially open, but Tino got flushed from the pocket, so I just tried to use our scramble rules that we talk about in meetings and stuff. And he just gave me a chance, and luckily I was able to make the play.
Does a win like this over this strength type of moment help you guys kind of forget about the first 2 weeks, or is it all kind of part of the process?
It's definitely all part of the process. Obviously it's a huge win. Virginia Tech's a great team. They got a lot of respect nationally, so beating them, is always a good feeling. But our goal isn't just to beat Virginia Tech. We just want to keep getting better every week, and hopefully this is definitely something we can build off.
What's your mindset like on that last drive? Just comes in after getting hurt. You know that you're going to get the ball and you rattle off like an 11-yard run, a 29-yard run. What's your mindset like going into that drive?
Just trusting the guys up front. I believe that they were going to give me the chance to break one or just keep moving so we can run the clock out.
Did you notice any defenders getting out of your way after what you did earlier in the game, running a couple of them over?
Honestly, I couldn't really tell. I was just running, but that's the point. You got to deliver the blow so they don't come up and hit you.
Was there any extra adrenaline, this being your first collegiate game here in Pittsburgh?
Definitely. I couldn't sit down. I just wanted to just go back in and stay in and just keep moving and talking. And it was definitely an adrenaline boost.
Did that contribute, do you think, to what you were able to do out there?
Yeah. It was something that just kept me moving, kept me wanting to just keep going and not stop.
There was a lot of balance offensively today, but you feel like the team's getting to a point where it's going to be able to win by putting the ball in your hands, putting the ball in Ray's hands, Isaac's hands, and grinding teams down?
I think we can run on a lot of people, probably anyone from number one running back to fifth running back. Everyone's just a great runner. Everyone has a different style. And our line, they get the job done. Fullback, he works hard and he just sacrifices his body just so we can get into the run.
Was today their best effort, that group?
Definitely. We won. We haven't won yet, so I'd say that was our best effort.
Was Ray telling you anything on the sideline as you were kind of wearing it?
Definitely. Amongst the running backs, we always talk. Whoever's in, when they come out, what did you see? What's going on? What do you think is going to happen? But Ray gives me a lot of advice, so does Isaac, and it's just everything. We're just trying to better each other.
You know the words of the fight song yet?
I'm just chiming in. I ain't got it down pat yet.
Got a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ross.
The one drive, 15 plays, 88 yards, whatever it was. Was there a lot of talk on the sideline about needing to possess the ball, shorten the game, that sort of thing in the second half?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Your season didn't start like you wanted to. What did you get from that experience? What did you learn, and how do you think it translates into what we saw today?
I learned I'm young, made a mistake. Don't let the mistakes happen again. Every day improve, and don't let the negativity bring you down.
Do you feel relieved to get that win out of the way today?
Definitely. I think that's what we needed to get back on track, and just show everyone that we can compete with anyone.
And now do you feel more comfortable?
Definitely. Like I said, I jumped all the way in today. I just didn't get my feet wet, so I got my jitters out of the way.
You obviously chose to stay home. You could have gone away. You've gone a lot of places. Does that make you run with greater purpose? Does that add to the way you play? You have a responsibility, I guess, being a local guy.
Not really. I just, honestly, I have 2 daughters. I gotta support them. I'm running for my life out here.
Talk about Virginia Tech has a pretty good defensive line, but your offensive line controls the defense today. What can you say about their performance?
I think they played great. Our whole team played great today. Offense, defense, fullbacks, linebackers, safeties, quarterbacks, everyone. We played like we know we can play and what we haven't been shown.
Was it a simple matter of just executing better offensively?
Yeah, it was limiting our mistakes and coming out and just doing what we know we can do.
Can you talk about the 1-2 punch that you and Ray gave the team today?
Yeah, Ray, he's incredible. Every day in practice I look at him and he just does some incredible things. And he hurt his knee and comes back and he's just as good as he was. And it blows my mind every day in practice. And I just try to learn from him and try to take his game and mix it with my game. And he shakes and he moves them and I'm just running at him, so it kind of like throws him off. And I think it's a good little combo.
How inspiring was it to see Tino out there gutting it out in the end? And have you learned things from him about the way he's handled adversity and criticism and come out there and obviously played a good game?
Definitely. He takes the most criticism in our locker room, but he never lets it get to him. He says they're not on the field with us, they're not in the locker room with us, they're not practicing with us. And he showed how tough he was tonight, and that's something you respect. And he's just the leader of this team.
Yeah, last question, guys.
You're, I'm sure, familiar with Coach Chris' background, who he coached at Wisconsin, Monty Ball last year, in particular, and John Clay before that. How do you think that's sort of been carried over, and how you might benefit from that?
I think that's a great positive. Coach Chris, he's a genius when it comes to offense. He knows how to get you the ball and give you a chance to make something happen, no matter what it is. And it's just all our coaches, they're putting you in the right place to make things happen.
How did it feel to get in the end zone for the first time today?
It felt good. It felt real good. Get back to the old ways, and and it just felt good to put up points. Period. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're gonna need to do: to put up points to win games.
What did you see from Russell with the ball out there today? He looked pretty impressive.
Confident, man. He's running with confidence, and he feels good about himself. He's just getting better from here. He's just gonna keep continuing to get better. So that's something that you see in high school him doing. So he's carrying over to the next level. He's doing a good job at it.
How much does that just have an offensive breakthrough? You had it against a team that's known for stopping other. I mean, any other sense of accomplishment just because of the team that you did it against? I mean, what does that mean to you guys?
No disrespect to Virginia Tech. It's just, at the end, like we only gonna stop ourselves. We have a good scheme on the offensive side, and we dial it up right. And I think we could do a good job with our offense. Again, playing against any defense. It's just about preparing right, and just game planning right.
How much is what Rush will do with the 157? I mean, you might obviously want to finish as the leading rusher, but when he runs for 155, how much does that help you, and how much do you get excited?
That's much credit to him. Like that he's on my team. I'm glad he's on my team. It's good to have those 2 punchers, 1-2 punchers. Don't forget about Isaac. He still help out too, and I think Russell Shell is a good running back, and he's going to continue to get better from here.
You guys broke a ton of tackles today. I mean, is that just attitude? Is that what that is? Or
you gotta run. You gotta be physical down here in this game. You gotta be a mean running back. And you gotta know when to put a move, or you gotta know when to run, when it's time to get that yard and just run down here.
Ray, you won't be here when this team's in the ACC, but do you think that you guys maybe send a message?
Yeah, we definitely we definitely went out there and made noise today. I feel like when we played against the ACC team, just gave us a feeling of what we could do when it's time to go in the ACC. This is a good ACC team, so it only can get better from there.
The best ACC since they won over there, they got the best record by a ton since they got over there.
I just say this is a great win for us. This is a great win for us. We don't know. Conference play is different, but playing against out-of-conference games and conference games are different games. So, conference games is always harder.
People that are going to look at their phones later, they're going to look at the paper tomorrow and go, how did a team that loses to Youngstown State come back and beat and whip the 13th team in the country? How does that happen in 2 weeks?
Game plan, have a good game plan and stick with it. Even when the downs and the ups, you just got to stick with what you know and stick with what we do best, and that's just do our part. You got to do your job. That's it.
I mean, Logan Thomas possibly could be the #1 quarterback taken next year in the draft. 2 picks, got him a little bit sweet.
He's a little fish for us, you know, but he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But today we had him today.
And I asked Michael, I mean, tonight you guys are around, I mean, watching TV. The biggest probably upset of college football today. What's that like knowing you're part of that?
I don't think it's the biggest college upset.
Well, I mean, for the rank, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, we came in here, we just surprised. That's it. We knew we were going to win. We focused all week. We had a great week of preparation, and it showed on the field.
You got to see a couple of speeches by Coach for the losses. What was it like hearing a speech after a win?
It's great. I can't tell you.
Thank you.
What did that first interception do, just in terms of a momentum swing? You guys had scored and then get the ball back on their first drive.
It killed. It stopped them from trying to get any momentum they was trying to get. But we got the ball back to offense, and they made plays.
You guys come out with a little bit more emotion than they did. You think just knowing what was at stake for you guys, knowing they might have come in here a little cocky, thought they were going to run the table.
Well, this whole week we challenged each other. Strain for that. Put that extra effort towards plays, no plays off, and it showed today.
Not a lot of teams can do that against this defense. I mean, they were humbled a little bit. I mean, what do you think you guys proved today against a unit that's known for stopping a lot of offenses?
Well, our offense, they was pounding the ball. This is a great victory for us. Great confidence booster for us. We go into next week. Hopefully, we can get some momentum going to the season.
You guys, obviously haven't made too many of those. You probably already asked about this, but the turnovers. How big was that today to finally get a few in your hands and make a few plays?
It was real. We needed that. We needed anything we could get. That's what we stressed too. Anything we could get, any way possible to make plays and try to get the ball back to the offense.
You guys have had some pretty good defenses in the past couple of years. Was there some pride at stake maybe after these first 2 games, especially against the run, where teams are really kind of running the ball all over you guys? Come out today, does it feel good a little bit? Get a little
It feels good because it felt like we were the more physical team, and that's what we are. That's what we usually are. These past few years we've been the more physical, dominant team up front, and that's what we dominate.
Shane Gordon said he predicted you would get a couple of picks. Is that true?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
That's a lot of pressure to put on you, though.
Well, I'm accepting pressure. I'm not going to back down from it. Head on. I'm going to face it head on.
It's a pretty highly touted quarterback you guys were playing against. What got him out of rhythm and set up?
We had a lot of pressure in his face. You don't react well to pressure right in his face. It caused him to throw the ball up a little bit. Maybe, I'm able to break him apart.
So what does this do moving forward? Obviously, it helps out in that locker room, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we have our confidence back now, but we still have a lot of work to do. We got to come back tomorrow, on Sunday and just practice like we didn't accomplish anything because there's a long season left ahead of us.
Tino, obviously getting a lot of criticism here over the last couple of years, but what he did today was pretty impressive.
Tino's a fighter, man. And a lot of people don't see that. They just see him on the field, but he got banged up today. He was just still out there. He barely walked. It was just a lump just on his leg. And Tino is definitely a fighter, and he's the biggest leader on our team.
Michelle, 157, ran like a maniac out there. Do you expect that from him?
Oh yeah, we call him the Juice Man. Every day in practice, he's got the juice, and I think it was just a breakout for him today. And I think he's just scratching the surface. He's gonna be phenomenal.
And the whole country noticed. You beat number 13.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. We saw they were a good team. We saw that on film. But we saw a lot of holes in the defense. Offense. But we just came out there and just played hard.
Devin, you look back at your whole career, just talk about today's performance was one of the better ones you can remember in the Pitt offense, not just for yourself, but for the offense as a whole, because it seemed everything was clicking from the start.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was. We played together. We played sound. When adversity struck, we all stuck together, and that was probably the biggest thing. And yeah,
It's different, turnovers, those types of things. Emotionally, was this one of those games that you're always going to remember because of those, highs and lows?
It was a big game, coming off these 2 losses like that. I feel like we should remember this game. Probably you guys too. Y'all had us counted out. It was only us. We knew it was only us in the locker room. We just played as a team today.
I'm Justin, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Was there sort of a circle the wagons mentality this week? You just alluded to it. It seems that nobody gave you guys a chance. Were you aware of that? Sort of us against the world?
Yeah, you know it. You know it was. No one counted us. No one thought thought we was gonna win this game today, but like I said, all we had was us. Last night, Hugh Green came and talked to us, get us hyped, you know, and he preached the same thing. We're him, he's us. We're just Pitt by ourselves, you know. Everyone's against us. We just had to fight through it.
How do you think the defense has improved or changed or evolved since we formed?
A lot. Because just the first 2 games, we blew so much assignments. Like, we just, some of the other teams, no disrespect to other teams, but touchdowns were just gimmies. Like, we gave it away. We just played real good assignment football this week.
Did you guys watch a Hugh Green highlight tape or anything like that to get familiar with him?
Oh no, we see that all the time, but just him talking to us and just someone was behind us. You know, he's an old Pitt legend. Just him being, I think that just gave the team a lot of just, I don't know what the word, upbringing. We just felt good with him around this weekend and stuff.
How much does it help when the offense controls the clock?
It's great because, you know, they go 3 and out, we're winded or whatever, but it helped today, running the ball, running the clock.
Talk about forcing turnovers today as a defense.
Huge. Because just another opportunity for our offense to get the ball. You know, Jay Henny, Holly. We knew today. We called it. I called it. I said Holly, you're gonna get a pick today, and he got one, first pick. And then Henny came up big with 2. It's huge.
Pretty highly touted quarterback you played against. What did you guys do to get him off his game?
Supply that pressure. Supply pressure. You see his picks today. Back foot, you know, just pressure in his face. Any quarterback, pressure in their face, they're not going to throw the ball as good.
You got to stop there in the second half, 3rd and 4th down, a couple of big tackles. What was that sequence like?
Huge. We needed that, and that just momentum swings when you do stuff like that. That drains the other team, you know. Get our offense back hyped going, you know. It's huge.
Shane, you guys hit a little harder. Was there like some anger in that?
No, we always take that approach, but we just let it out on Virginia Tech, I guess, aggression. That was our focus. Hit, don't let up. Out-hit them.
Shane, how were you able to get Logan Thomas off his game?
I wouldn't say just me, but we just pressure, just get in his face, let our D-line loose today. They were in his face all day, you know. That's what we need to affect the pass.
What did you see from the D-line in front of you that improved this game from the first 2?
Nothing really, just those are my dogs in the front, you know, like they always give it their best and stuff, but today we made that an emphasis, get to number 3.